Okay, budget workshop, July 10th,
Oh, yeah.
6:01 PM. So where were we at?
Top of page 8.
Is it still page 8?
Yep, yeah.
I think mine was the only special one.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to go over real quick as we're going through the budget, I know that Jeff is very knowledgeable on budgets, I'm sure, dealing with what his work and stuff. So I misspoke the other night, and Clifford corrected me as well. The money that we don't use just goes back in the general fund. So we want to make sure that we're allocating enough. I mean, we're allocating the money where it needs to be, and what we don't use out of the budget just stays in the general fund. Then we take that money, some of that money, we put it in our LGIP, and that's how we also make extra money. Those are savings accounts through the state. So we can be a little more, and the majority of our money comes from the tax base that Latah County collects. I know a lot of citizens think that we raise the taxes. It's all done by Latah County. Our water, sewer, garbage rates, those are set by us, and those go to those direct funds. So we can look at kind of changing those, because that's how we can save some money for our citizens as well. One of the things that we also want to keep in mind is we do have our rates set to go up automatically for the sewer plant. And I know that we'd come up with another way to make money so that we wouldn't have to raise our rates as high. So before we adjust those, I want to make sure that we get that figured out. And then as we go into rates and stuff, we might be able to slow back some of that, but I do want to get Stillman's opinion on that. So just things to think about as we're going through the budget. So we can, like the lawnmower, for example, instead of having to reopen the budget to move it to capital outlay, maybe we just budget for the whole lawnmower, and then that 4,800 just basically goes back in the general fund anyway. So it might be a little easier than opening the budget and playing with some stuff in the next 2 months, and then, so just things to think about. Just wanted to share that as we move forward. Okay. So equipment repairs are we on water still? Yes. So that's for like stuff at the water plant, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's water plant stuff. And we have valves around town too.
Yeah. So we went from,
Or hydrants.
we spent 42, so then we upped it to 6, and now we're at 700, and we're budgeted for 3.
Yeah, we're having, there's a couple of valves that we're trying to wait towards the end of the budget year before we can get them rebuilt, so
How expensive are those?
I couldn't tell you. We have them come in and do it. Valve clay valves, so they have them come in and they have a rep come in and do it, and they just do it, and they get them set back for us, so.
So 3,000 thoughts?
That's good to me.
And then, and we still have budget, we're gonna have them do one, and then the next year we'll have them do another, just to make sure that you don't go over.
Okay, and
We're
then,
supposed to do it every 5 years, but we got 7 of them down.
and auto fuel.
Well, we're almost there.
And I know we upped it in other places and left it the same in some.
This is more like our fuel for our rigs, where this.
Right. I know.
Well, it's not like for the dump truck or anything, because we don't use it at the water plant.
Right, the dump truck's fuel mostly comes from streets and sewer.
Sewer,
Yeah.
Maybe up it a little bit.
I was just say, if I do the math right, because I just did it here. Literally my investigation, I did budget all day, and I'm like, oh, man. We're, I think, man, just right, so we're doing the math, we're gonna be probably about $340 up for average, and almost $200 a month in fuel, which, I mean, it's just what it is.
Right.
So we would be a couple $100 short, we would be over on that 2,000, so I don't know if we wanna go up like 500 if we don't have any big trips, and I don't know, and sometimes,
Sounds
but
good to me.
we're definitely gonna need to bump it up.
Yeah.
So, or take it from some, but
Okay.
500. That's good.
So system repairs.
Ouch.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that we hadn't spent a lot, so we did some, just as, we cut last year because we hadn't really spent a lot. Now we spent some more. Yeah.
And system repairs, is that just
Just for the water. So
Water.
like if we have to do
Water lines.
broken water lines, or if we
Anything
have
like
to
that.
do, the new, what do they call that stuff? The water goes through the filters. The film,
Oh, the media.
media,
The
yeah.
media. And we have to buy some of that for them, or one of our filters, because we're down about 6 inches on it. So we're gonna have to get some more this year for that. We're just, like I said, we're waiting towards the end of the budget year before.
Yeah, you don't have any money to spend. Yeah,
We're down.
You didn't-
Cut that
quite-
little.
you didn't quite wait long enough.
You're at the
Get a
point where you're gonna have to take it out of the facility.
Yeah,
So right now, we're only running really one filter because it's the one that's enough, and it does a better job filtering our water, so.
how much is the media? How much is that media?
Justin had it, and I'm not for sure, he didn't tell me, because we gotta figure out how many bags because it comes in 50-pound bags, we just gotta order the right amount of bags to put back in on top.
Well, I definitely think we should probably think about bumping that back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're at 11,000, a little more than 11,000 right now. Do you think that's typical for the year then?
It just depends on what happens through the year.
Yeah, cause the last year we
Last
did,
year,
we
2,000.
did 20 and we only spent 2,000. That's why we cut that a little bit. Yeah,
It just, year to year, if something happens, we gotta fix it.
yeah.
Nice stuff.
In the
And
minute,
we got,
10?
Say you already count for that, but that's only 10,000.
10,000 sounds good.
15 and.
Right.
Yeah,
And
What should we?
I think
I
part of
don't
that
think I have much
$11,000.
Right, yeah, I mean, the repairs.
Looking.
I think
Again,
part of
it
that
doesn't get
$11,000
spent.
broken water line out there on, Riverview,
oh,
that broken water line down over the hill.
so normally we shouldn't have that, but we're gonna definitely be over, cause we're getting ready to look at that water line on Main Street.
What about the next line item, water line system repairs? Could that be used?
Yeah, that should have been used for. So the system repairs should be just for the water treatment plant, and water line system repairs should be just for water lines. So if you got some water lines, you got money to spend there. So that's where the money for,
That might be, we get our hydrants and stuff out of that too,
right.
part of the water.
And when you do the rental stuff for, fixing the water line on Main, that can come out of system repairs.
Yeah.
So all of that whole project should come out of system repairs.
And then we
Still
have,
got 48,000.
Yeah.
then we have a water line up there right across from Paul Hutchison that's up out of the ground.
Okay, so that's,
Rock over, so we gotta dig it down and try to lower it, so we got another water line there to work on this year.
yeah. I think I know we haven't spent a lot, but we have some water lines that need attention, and I think some of the water line money must have, inadvertently come out of the system repairs.
So do we really need to go to 10,000 then, or?
Well, I think we should, just to be safe this year, we can always adjust next year just in case. Cause that gives us a little bit of buffer, if some major thing happens, cause like hydrants can come out of water line repair and the actual water line repair. So, yeah, I think we should probably leave system repairs at 10 and then maybe leave that. Cause we did drop it from 75 to 50 and then roll the dice on it maybe, or I don't know, what do people think about the 50 for system repairs?
I'd leave it if you got that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, things are expensive.
Cause we've had some, well, that one water line that's sticking out of the ground, the one
Yeah.
over here on Main. And if so, Joe was telling me tonight that if the state, we got our permits, but if it's water line related, they don't want a water line running across the highway. So that means that we have to cut up in front of the bar and bring it down from the corner by Granny's Pantry. So that's gonna be another expenditure.
And then like, did the money for that well come out of this?
The money for the well should have come out of system repairs.
Okay.
I don't know if we got the bill for it yet or not.
So when it does, it should come out of system repairs.
Yeah.
Cause that's gonna be a chunk too.
Who did
Well,
that
that's
work,
gonna-
Joe?
Straight
The capital.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
they just say, what should be on this bill, because they
Okay.
weren't on this bill yet.
But it was,
$6,000,
Yeah.
$7,000.
and that was cheaper than, cause if they drill a new well, it's over 60, I think is what Justin said. It's what?
It's over $1 million by the time you get all the permits and everything.
To drill a well?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, well, let's hope the water treatment plant keeps holding.
Yeah.
It's over $1 million by the time you get all the-
Yeah.
That's good plan.
So vehicle repairs is the same that we do for all of them. It comes out of each fund just because the pickups get used for everything. So I know Joe just bought some stuff for the Toyota today. So do we think we're good there?
Yeah,
We
How
have,
old are those trucks? I know they're fairly new. I just, you know how it's in the
Yeah.
delivery type thing. Do we need to? I don't know what the maintenance plan has been or if they've been good trucks or not.
well, so the Toyota had a good start and then it had a rough middle.
Okay.
And now it's back to being very well taken care of. But it's 2015, and how many miles are on the Toyota?
Just turned to 82,000.
Just turned 82,000. Well, and I think we got rid of the Chevys around 100.
Okay. I just wanted if they're running it, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes you get,
The,
everybody gets 11 horsepower. If we need, if they've been going good, then.
I think the Toyota's got, I mean, the Chevy is a 2019, right? 2018.
Not too old.
I think, yeah, the Chevy, I think we're still good on. The Toyota, I think we can go another year or two, maybe,
Yeah.
at least another year. Cause it did have a rough middle. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
But definitely something to, yeah, thanks for bringing, cause I had totally forgot, cause we had to start moving money and budgeting for that the year before we bought the Toyota.
yeah, too bad they don't have like, don't make Dodges like Frank Glasgow's Dodge. Remember the silver one they used to do?
Oh, yeah, yep,
That thing was like ancient.
yeah. That one, the one that Campus had with the lights on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. And before that, he had like an 80, like a late 70s, early 80s Chevy with, was all white with a red and a blue light on top.
Yeah. Would it like have a half million miles on it and they
Mhm.
probably,
Yeah, that Dodge was, yeah, they run that thing to the very end.
Yeah, we ended up with it.
You guys got, what'd you do with the Dodge?
We had to get, well, it would have cost us thousands of dollars to fix it, so we just. got rid of it. Just-
Only the best for you.
I don't know why they gave it to us.
so you piled it under the brush.
Thing was,
So we good at 2 on the vehicle repairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then equipment rental, if we have to rent anything. So like some of that equipment rental you could take out of this for the water line or, you know, depending on how we need to make it work. We don't usually, I think, rent a lot of equipment, but
No,
this time we're gonna have to rent.
it's just to save cost of having flaggers for 2 days is the reason we're
Right.
renting the mini. Cause 2 flaggers is gonna be way more than what than
Yeah,
it would be to rent that. Cause what I can do is I can stay off the road with the mini hoe, or if I use our backhoe, I'd be in the middle of the road because there's not enough room from this, where we have to dig to the edge of the road, the bank.
so it looks like we did increase it last year. Didn't spend a lot. Do you remember why we increased it last year?
No. Justin would remember though.
Right, I think it's cause we had some things coming up, but
Yeah.
Maybe drop it back
They
to
go back
2000.
down?
yeah. The office expenses, so like if they have, you got anything for your office down there, right, Joe? Like paperwork, you guys,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
like, it will help pay for the paper that we use for the stuff like that.
Right.
But do we really need $2,200?
Yeah, is there any equipment? I
Doesn't
assume
look
like,
I know.
like anything we know is gonna have to be replaced. It's kind of sort of like a copier or.
Well, they don't have anything like that now.
No, nothing down.
We are,
Okay.
we are trying to I'm asking for a computer if we have the budget for it, so that we can do our reports down there and then bring them here and then send them, because we don't have internet down there. So we don't have, so I can do it daily instead of having to sit down and spend hours putting numbers in. I can just a couple times a week just put them in, so. But we're thinking a laptop for that,
Okay,
so.
seems
You-
So,
pretty efficient, yeah.
Yeah.
If he does a laptop, we can keep that.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if we were going to.
And then I can do, I can get my email, my email's on it too, instead of the tablet. Or
Do you think 2,200 is enough for a laptop? I mean, I know it doesn't have to be something super special, but
I
Yeah,
think I paid 300 for mine, and that'd be more than enough.
yeah, like
Okay.
a Chromebook should work for that
Yeah,
actually.
so if he's just doing that on it, but it seems like that
It has
money
to
would
have
save the
Excel
amount of
on it,
time
though.
he's
Yeah,
doing it.
Cause it has to have Excel on it.
What about the 2 that we have?
Well, that's the treasurers and the.
There's only one of them.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying there is that option too, but we have the programming
Oh, for
for
this.
this on there too, for the,
Oh.
so if we need it for a backup, we can just plug it into the
Oh, okay.
camera.
Okay.
so you think
Yeah.
1,000? I mean,
Well, if we drop it to 15, that'll save 7 and then you can get a laptop.
Yeah,
Or you could just buy it now, I guess.
well, I'm just.
I mean, you have,
Yeah, there's
you
no-
have
Right
$2,100,
now
so
or
you
the
just,
next
you can just buy it now.
And a lot of the stuff they use, they used to have a lot
I
of,
can't remember what I paid for the one at the fire department, 500.
yeah, they used to have some they had some, uh, machines down there that told us where the water level is, the pH and everything. They don't have that anymore down there. They got rid of that and it gets all in the,
So buy the laptop now and then we
Mhm.
Can we
can
drop
drop
this to
that.
500?
right?
It hasn't gone above 100 yet.
Does that require any like software or anything you have to put on it? To
well,
do that?
yeah, they'll have to have, Elixir all the time, Elixir, but,
Excel.
Excel.
Okay, nothing,
Right.
but not like a
Nothing
proprietary
fancy,
for what's down there, okay. Yeah, I'd
I'd
be good if
say-
you want to do it this year. then-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So drop it to 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause if I need to print anything, I can just come up here and print it up here, just have to look at it up here.
So treatment supplies, we're really, and
Yeah.
we still have a couple months.
I think it's good there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bank charges? Any idea? Anybody?
Late fees, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, I don't, I,
2 year.
I don't remember, bank charges. Yeah,
Get rid of it. We haven't used it for 2 years.
yeah,
What are you gonna do? Get rid of it?
yep.
Now, the computer, you're still.
So
And then you still have 3,500 on a computer.
So that's for all the electronics down there at the,
Okay,
that's for the, cause you got electronics for the pumps, for the wells, or for the pumping up to the reservoirs, and you got the electronics.
okay.
So
So
if we need to redo anything of that or have to come in, that comes out of that.
Was that gonna be upgraded last year or something? Cause we bumped it quite a bit.
it did get upgraded when they, because they did that water line that went under the creek.
Okay,
And then they upgraded a bunch of stuff. So the computer program has been upgraded, but
Yeah, and
could potentially have more cost with whatever's going on with it.
Having to upgrade the valves on the filters, and so that's gonna take a whole new computer program and everything like that.
So
It's just, we haven't got the bullet to spend the money on it.
Justin was saying, with the new sewer treatment plant, that there's gonna be software, so you look on
So
your
that's where
phone.
the update up there is
And
gonna come
then
from.
it should be able to look at both the sewer treatment plant and the water treatment plant, so.
Yeah, but that program, when that has to be updated out there to be able to do that.
So can we
That's
do
the
part of the update now when we have
Well,
3,500 and then do the rest next year?
I'd
If
have
we
to
budget
do
enough?
it, I'm not for sure what's all entails.
Cause I know that they said that if they can do the thing on the phone, then they won't have to, you guys won't have to be down here as much when you're on call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can check the tree, everything and.
Everything
Mhm.
on your phone.
Getting
Yeah.
it on the phone is gonna be a lifesaver for the employees.
Mhm.
Well, even when we're out on a job, every 2 hours, you gotta pull off and go check the water line.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Because you gotta write the numbers down and you gotta make sure everything, your turbidity and everything's good.
so when, Justin gets back, let's see what we can spend now and maybe keep it at 6 and then spend the rest next year. And then if we don't, then we can drop it after we get them upgraded. That's my thoughts.
That sounds
Mhm.
good.
But let's see what we can get done with the 3,400 we have this year and then plan on 6 next year to see if we can get it upgraded.
Yeah.
Cause I know when we come in and we have issues, we have to call them in and not usually take it out of the computers. When we have to call them in to have them work on something, cause when I first started last year, I think they had quite a few issues and they had the technicians out looking at it a couple of times.
So I remember something about the depreciation expense because our stuff is like the dump truck and some of that stuff is new, that it hasn't depreciated yet. So as it depreciates, then the numbers change. So I don't know if we're supposed to mess with those because they seem like a weird
Right.
specific number.
Yeah,
So I think we should probably just
let that be.
let that be and see if we can, do you have any experience with any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. You're like almost kind of betting like, okay, you're gonna lose this much on it, so in case you did have to replace it, but just kind of, I don't know with how the city does, Julietta does, like how they do their depreciation, what they base that on. There's probably some out there, but the city of Lewis does the same thing. It's a line item it's a bunch of money, you can't touch it, and it's frustrating.
Okay, perfect.
Is that an accountant question then?
That's how we talk our finance, and that's how they kind of
Yep.
just plan for, like, when you're kind of hedging your bet on when we sell it later, how much it's gonna be worth and how much you're losing versus it's some
Weird.
like
Weird math, yeah.
Yeah, but like an accountant, they're like, oh yeah, because you're just like.
Yeah.
They could be totally lied to, I wouldn't know what it sounded like. It's just you're kind of hedging your bet and then you're like, okay, then how much you're losing on it, and then you go make another one, but you can't save this to
Right.
go buy it. You're like, that's why I'm like, don't put it on there because it's just driving me nuts. But
And we might have, we might bring in an accountant just to kind of help us with some of this, like,
Yeah.
next year,
Good
just to
idea.
get, answer a few questions, because, you know, I mean, Cheyenne is great in her job, but we've always had, you know, somebody with a tad of, accounting that could, and there is a formula, because I remember, the previous treasurer,
I'll ask our
when we were
people
talking
tomorrow
about
when
it.
I get to look at maybe there's some that they can.
Yeah.
help me out or something, but I know we do it too, so.
Yeah, Deborah was a CPA, and
I don't know what Bonnie was.
I wasn't gonna, yep, all right, moving on. I wonder if bad debt is the same and maybe that bank charges?
I was looking at that today, and from what I can tell, it's when we send the utility balances that people
Oh, to the county?
off to the county. Yeah, that's how it's been coded, at least the last year. That's
Okay.
where it came out of.
So probably just leave it, I guess, because we don't know what that's gonna be next year.
Yeah,
Does that seem right, Clifford? You have a thought?
I don't know.
we can always take that out of Cheyenne's salary.
But wouldn't that, if it goes like the county, that'll be probably,
But once they sell the property and they
Yeah.
get their money, then
Yeah.
we're the lowest one, like, it
We're the
trickles
last
down.
one on the totem
Yeah, we're the
pole.
last one on the totem
Yeah.
pole.
But if
They
you
might
put
not
a
have
lien
many
on the
pennies
house, they
left.
have to pay it, is what-
Right, but if they don't get
Yeah.
enough, Latah County gets their money
They're
first.
money if they
Yeah.
sell it.
So do we need to put
The
something
highest-
in there, being that there's
first
something
lien
there,
gets
or,
money,
I
and then
mean, you
goes-
probably just take it out of the
I-
outlay that's
yeah.
gonna be there later,
Yeah.
just didn't know, because that one's one of those, you never know, just how
Right.
many checks or.
Yeah, we have
Man.
a good amount there, so
Yeah,
I would
think so,
say,
too.
yeah, we'll just leave it to, we have a good amount in the capital outlay. So testing went up.
And we do have more testing that we're gonna have to do again this year. They're trying to start a new baseline. With this, we did a lead and copper last year, had to get it in, and now they're doing a new baseline for all the cities. So we're having to do a whole bunch of extra testing this year. So we did some of it this on this budget, and then we're gonna do the rest that's due in December on the next budget. So we got half of it done right now. So
So you're at 63, but we budgeted 6, so do we need to have more than the 6?
I'm not sure exactly what they're gonna want next year, so I would probably be just up a little bit for at least another year or two and then bring it back down. Once we get through this. Cause usually we do like our lead and coppers, we do that once every 3 years, or we're doing it twice this year. And then we have to do it once a year after that for the next like 3 years. And then we're doing a lot of like tests for like fertilizer and everything that's in we normally don't test for nitrogen and stuff like that, but we don't normally test for, just to make sure that everything's still good.
So like 6,800.
Well, we're at 63.
We have 2 months left.
Now we
The
got
more
more.
you use
I know he
it,
said they're gonna split some of it, but it's even if they're 63 and they're splitting it, we're still, definitely wanna,
Right.
you think an extra 5, or do you think?
Yeah, at least 5. So I said 68, just so we have, make sure. But 65 would work.
Well, no, I was meaning an extra 5 on what we've already spent, so
Oh.
yeah, with the 68. New hookup expense, I mean, don't have a lot of expansion here, but we do have some. and I know some of that does get passed on to the person, but we still have to buy meters and stuff like that. And those aren't cheap. So we could hit a boom and have to buy 2 meters. So thoughts?
We actually need to buy some more meters. We only got 2. We ordered 6 last year and we only have 2 left. And they're like $300 a piece and you get 6 at a time.
Right, but this is for new hookup expenses, yeah.
I was looking at meters.
Oh, well, we're not down to
Yeah,
meters
I'm
yet.
sorry.
Yeah.
Jumping ahead, Joe. So we're leaving that at 1,000.
Yeah, let's restock.
We haven't
Restock.
spent any of that yet because we haven't got any. That's for the fittings and stuff.
Oh, I know you were,
We're working on getting a list. That's
Yeah.
another thing I'm gonna work on now, Justin's gone, to get a list so that we can restock. So we have that stuff here, so we don't have to go to town and buy it.
so you're probably gonna spend that full 2,000.
Oh, it'll be easy. That's why we just want to try to get just a few of each, just so that we have it in stock, and then we'll try to add to it a little more next year. So we have it here, so if we have to do a water line repair, we have the parts here, we don't have to go to town to get them,
Okay,
so.
so we're good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
DEQ must be stuff that we have to pay them for permits and,
The stuff I had, we just was talking about that, those haven't come in yet, the bills haven't come in, we have a yearly, so we have to pay them yearly for last year.
so. Anybody's thoughts?
Probably good, for 25, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Without the bill, we don't know.
So what kind of equipment do you use down there at the water plant?
Well, that'd be like for like fuel for like when we rent equipment
And the generator.
and then.
How, so you have spent almost 5 and we have 6.
Yeah, because we'll have a little bit of fuel for that. Yeah, I think we'll be all right, just somewhere in there, because we don't do rent that much stuff.
Okay,
We just try to use what we got.
okay. And now meters. We were at 2, we spent 0, then you haven't spent any yet, so we dropped it to 1,000 last
Yeah,
year.
because we buy 6 at a time.
That'd
how much-
be $1,800.
So we don't have to change them, but if we have, the one gets plugged up, so like that's what we gotta change.
How many do you have left?
2, and we got one that we gotta use because it's not spinning.
So we're gonna have 1
Yeah,
and you buy 6 at a time,
try to.
so we're gonna be back up to 2.
so just curious, I know you guys go out and read meters, there's electronic we just drive by, right? Are those something that you're looking at?
We're looking at, but the thing is though, is we have to decide the program they wanna use, the meter stuff we wanna use, there's a lot of variables in there to be for, because we can't just buy a meter and then have 4 or 5 different styles, you have to have the same meter on every spot. And then you have to buy their program to be able to read it.
That might be something to
And so
think
it's
about
gonna
this
be-
year.
Most of it, Justin said it's gonna be about $60,000 to change everything over, all the meters and get the program.
Could there be a grant for that?
Look it up,
That
yeah.
would be cool.
I
It
do
would make
have
things
the-
a lot
I
easier.
do have the guy's number, trying to call him here, he didn't answer, but there's a meter guy that we have him come out and kind of give us more of a ballpark of what we're gonna need with 290 services. Replacing the meters and then getting the program, and then Cheyenne, all she would have to do is push, in a lot of those, she can just push the button and she'll get like 90% of them, then we just gotta go read the few that are like outcook scanning and stuff.
That'd be like, the big picture would be a good thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, because currently
It would be,
takes,
it would be a time saver, because we spend
Yeah.
2 days reading meters
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
both of them going around doing it.
That's per month?
It's an investment.
every month.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then all those readings get manually entered out by me.
And then if she has a final billing, she doesn't have to have us read the meter, she can just send out and get a ping off that meter, and then you don't have to go read it.
Yeah, that might be something to this year, kind of figure out what you want.
And Cassell works with that as well.
So they would automatically put it into Cassell for her, she wouldn't have to she wouldn't spend probably 2 hours putting all the numbers in.
Yeah, no, but a project for this year might be to figure out what one you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That way you can keep eyes out for, well, next budgeting, or if there's grants or something, you know what you want.
So I know we increased well repair last year because we were anticipating one of the wells was gonna go. And was that well 5?
9.
Well, number 9, and
Yeah.
what are we doing with well 9?
Me and Justin talked about it the other day, and what we're gonna try to do is try to do it close to October and see if we can get him to bill.
Well, you have 60.
It was like almost $70,000 to fix it. So.
Yeah, we have the budget set at 60.
Yeah, so I think it was like 69,000 to have them come in and do what we need to do to well number 9.
Well, if you can have them bill half now,
Well, I figured we'd bill what we had, we'd get closer to October, we'd bill what we have and left in the.
so it's October 1st,
Yeah. Well,
and you have 56,600.
well, we got that well that we just fixed, number 5, so that's gonna
Okay.
come out of there too.
But right, yeah, so October 1 is new budget year.
Yeah, so we'll try to get it done before
Yeah,
that.
half on this year.
Yep.
And half on next year.
That's what we were hoping for, is what we're hoping to do.
So what do we want to do with the 60?
Lower it if we can, significantly.
So we're gonna spend 50 of it probably this year, and we're still gonna be short. You said it was
I think
69,000,
it was like 69, or I think that's what the bid said.
so we could probably go 25, 30, 35. That's still cutting 25,000 off of it.
Cause we only have 2 wells we're running right now, so.
And water is an important thing,
Yeah.
especially this time of
A
year.
little bit,
Yeah,
I know it cut, that one when we got number 5 going, it's cut almost 2 hours off our pump times.
so the reservoir cleaning is what we have done every year. Are they going with the scuba gear, right?
Yeah, they're doing the lower reservoir this year.
Yeah, we do a reservoir every year, and
It's around $4,400 to $4,500 every year.
yeah. So I think we should probably leave
We
that.
haven't done it yet this year.
No, they do it right before.
reservoir repair.
That's just in case like a crack or something starts
Yeah,
going crazy. I know we haven't spent any, but that could be costly if because what was that water line that when it broke? It was like almost $1 million, wasn't it, underneath the river?
I don't remember how much it was. I wasn't
Yeah.
there before
I can't remember.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what we want to do on that. I mean, it's kind of a nice thing to have just in case cushion, because we don't know. I mean, some of it, what's our oldest reservoir?
It's the lower reservoir, and I think it's
Oh, God,
80s.
18. Oh, it's.
Back when you were a kid?
It was there when I was this tall, so it's only 30 years old.
Do
It's gotta be 70 or 80 years old.
we know what kind of, like, is there any signs of, and that could be like a roof
We have
and
some
stuff
cracks,
too.
but it's nothing they're all above the water line. So.
Right, and that could be like a roof or something too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does have the roof's. Yeah, that's not in bad shape, but
yeah.
we need to go through and probably.
Yeah, I helped Stoney put a brand new roof on that. And that was in the 80s. So that's been on there a long time.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's something nice to have just in case. And like I said, if we don't spend it, just goes back in the general fund. But I don't know. What's everybody's thoughts?
After seeing what happened with the city.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars that they're going to pay to citizens. I think
Yeah.
this is a large amount of money, but it's a lot less than the other way. That's just my
Yeah.
2 cents.
I would keep it.
Mark?
Well, just remember our auditor tells us every year we're 3 years worth of general fund.
But you're putting more money back in every time you.
And
Right.
they
Well, that's-
recommend us being at 4 months.
No, they don't recommend us being at 4 months. The state recommends us being at 4 months. The auditor feels that we're good, that we're better off, because the way it works is we have enough operating costs that if we got no money from the county, we can still keep the water flowing and the sewer flowing for 2.5 years. The state requires the minimum of, I think that's where they get a little clunky when they're talking about it during the audit, is that the state recommends that you only have, what do you say, two,
Like
3,
4 months, about 4 months.
yeah, and we have 2.5 years worth of savings. But the other good thing about the savings in our general fund is that's how we're able to put it into the LGIP to
Right.
make money to lower our, to not have to raise our sewer fees. That's just what I'm kind of, that, because I know it's been, I hate audit times, it's very confusing, of how they explain that, but
What my thought is, since you asked, is that we have, what is it, 3.5 years, up to 4 years, depending, of worth of general fund, is that when we not sure if we should or shouldn't have up to $50,000, I think maybe we consider looking at our general fund for that. I don't, at some point, I'd like to see 3.5 years worth of money spent on the town somewhere, not just stored up every year.
Well, and I think that if we can move that into making money, we can pay off our loan faster and then we will be, but I see what you're saying. So if we can pay off our loan faster for the sewer plant by not having to increase the rate so much, then that's one less bill we have to do some more stuff. And this money's in our general fund regardless, so, I mean, that's just, but I understand.
To somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, yeah, I
Well-
understand where you're coming from.
If,
You're
well,
not
again,
raising your rates, you're actually giving that back to the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, if we cannot raise our rates,
Right.
yeah.
They're seeing the benefit of it.
again, though, if we're wondering if we should store an extra 50,000 or not, we do have 50,000 in storage now.
But we also have.
I realize you guys disagree with me, but that's how
Well,
I
no,
feel.
no, I totally get, but
I-
what I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to disagree with anybody. I'm just kind of trying to be the mediator
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
because
yeah.
the budget is up to council, so it's
Right.
up to you guys.
And I wanna say, I like having a little cushion in there, but I do agree with like having a better understanding of where we're at project wise, equipment wise, and moving forward with a better plan of like, when do we need to replace things? When do we need to repair? Should we do it now? And upgrading around town versus just holding on to so much money.
Mhm.
But I do like having a nice general fund also, so trying to strike that balance of like, what do we need to repair and when,
Yeah.
Well, and,
you know?
yeah, and then something else that I thought about today is we do have some outstanding litigation that if we have to pay out, or if we have to pay our deductible and stuff, that will come out of the general fund as well.
They're gonna drop, right?
There's other stuff that might be.
So, okay, back to the, and I
But
appreciate that.
yeah, I'm just giving as
No,
much
no, it's
information
good.
as I
But-
can. Yeah.
So, remember that council seats turn over. We might have other people in here who might say, 300,000, 3 years worth of spending, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. That is always the possibility.
Yeah.
So when I'm told 5 years, 10 years down the road, we could yeah, we might not be here saying that. So I'm saying is if we have to be a city that has 3 years worth of funding, I'd like to see more evidence that we have 3 years worth of funding by giving it back to the citizens via their sidewalks, via things I know we're working on, Mayor, and you're the right person for that. I'm just saying,
Well, you have to budget for that,
what I'm saying is
Yeah.
we have it in the budget.
but you don't have it because you keep cutting the budget and everything, so this is.
That's not what happened, Joe. To be honest with you, Joe, honestly, that's not at all what happened. I voted for increases in equipment every year. That's not what's actually happening. What I'm saying is we do have this money in our budget now. Again, I'm gonna get outvoted on this one, but that's really where I'm trying to anchor this back down to. And I look at $50,000. We don't know if we need it, if we don't need it. We actually do have it. We do have
But
50,000.
if we take it out, and where would it go? Right to the general fund. I think maybe that's what you're saying is, I don't disagree that the
Yeah.
money's there, but what do we have a plan to spend that on? Like,
Yeah.
whether
Well
it's
thought out
here or in
plan.
the general fund, it's still in the city. I agree with you, like, maybe it's just, like, do we have plans, like, let's figure out where we want some sidewalks and next year we won't put 50,000 in here. We'll have that plan, cause like I say, I think that's what you're saying, it's like long-term, that money's there. But whether it's in this line item or in the general budget, it's
Yeah.
still in the city.
So
It's
we
not
need
going
to,
anywhere.
yeah, we need to figure
So
out
let's take that and put it,
where we
like you're
want to
saying,
spend it,
yeah,
like
the
you're saying,
sidewalks
sidewalks
or
and stuff
something,
like
and
that.
then we'll take it out of this and say, yeah, let's, cause it's still in the city, just in a different line,
And-
we spend it on. Like whatever ideas you're thinking, like the
So-
sidewalks.
And we
would-
still have that option
Yeah.
now because the budget isn't done.
Yeah.
So we can still put some of that towards streets or sidewalks or
Yeah.
whatever. We can put it towards that. Cause like Jeff, like it's still there, but yeah, that's just a line item where we've said that if we need to spend it on that, that's where we would spend it.
Yeah. Well, if we don't have really a plan, so I think we should keep something in there. But we don't have a plan to spend it, so half it.
then we can move that towards something else like sidewalks
Yeah, sidewalks
or, cause other stuff, yeah,
yeah, because we still have to talk about the fire stuff.
yeah. Yeah, we haven't got to fire
I can
stuff.
get rid of it, I can get rid of the whole.
That's
Yeah.
probably what's gonna happen to that money too in the
Entire
end.
general fund,
So
you
is that
won't
what
have
we
to worry
agreed?
about it anymore.
25 and then trying to.
I feel better about that.
Yeah,
What do they call that? Like comprehensive, like 5-year plan, you
So-
know, or something like we really have a
Yeah.
plan of
Yeah, I don't know if
action.
the city's
Mhm.
ever done one
Right.
here where you have like a strategic plan, say,
Yeah.
in the next 5 years, even if we're, like Mark said, we're not sitting here, but we're gonna be good stewards for whoever is saying, hey, they have money. If somebody comes in and says, yeah, we wanna build whatever, we've set them up for success unless we come up with our own plan
Yeah.
or
mm-hmm,
whatever
So
we're thinking.
That's something we might think about doing is sitting down and say, we want these projects done. Let's start getting numbers. and
Right.
Get
Timelines
input
for.
from
And
citizens,
it's not
what
even
their
just
priorities are.
projects,
and
but
say,
like upgrading, that
Well,
maybe things
That's what I mean,
haven't been.
projects,
Well, yeah, but
upgrades.
I guess I was thinking new projects but it's like.
well, I
It
think
seems
there's
like some
definitely
things
a
have
lot
been put
of,
off and put off, you know, like the valves and stuff. It's like
Mhm.
we really need, I think, a better idea of where we're sitting equipment age-wise and.
Yeah,
Just a reminder, there was once upon a time a giant push to spend 300 grand on a splash pad. Like people know we have this money. So I think we should do exactly like you two were talking and that Jeff mentioned and actually develop a plan and say, this is the city's goal.
Yeah,
mhm,
get the
Based on
input.
city-
And I appreciate you listening to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's a
yeah,
great idea.
like the meter deal, electronic meters
Yeah.
is, I'd
mhm.
say,
That's
Yeah.
something that would, yeah, yeah,
That's a good idea. That's potential for that input now is gonna save how much over the course of years
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, Mark's got the right idea. You know, it's there, but yeah, let's put it somewhere else and spend it if we know what we want to spend it on. 100%, yeah.
well, and this was a tough, like, budget year because we have so much new
Yeah.
that
uh,
we're all trying to, make our way through it. But no, those are great ideas. Yeah, like I said, I was just throwing out some
Yeah,
stuff that, yeah, and listening to each other and having good conversation is how we're gonna get through this and make it the best that we can.
Well, I'll repeat, I think you're the guy to get it done.
But for council, hello.
Compliments.
Well, he's the only one actually doing it. He's the one who listens to me.
Okay. So we're on page 10? Would I skip 9? Because there's nothing on 9. Okay. So something else that we're gonna have to do before we can actually pass this is gonna fall on Cheyenne, where once we go through and get all of our numbers, she's gonna have to input all this tonight so we can have a grand total to pass.
Are you ready?
I think is how it worked,
Ready, I was born ready.
Okay.
right? Is that, do you remember
we'll have
last
to-
year? Did we have to take the time for them to do that?
I don't remember. I thought we had another meeting for that. I'm not saying that's an option this year, but it
Oh,
doesn't.
you're serious.
Yeah, because we need to.
It's funny.
No, we need to, and I'm thinking maybe we did, but we need to have a, a number to pass. That number that has to be in the paper.
Mhm.
So I think we can, and I don't remember,
Well,
right,
we
but
quit talking, we got 45 minutes.
I think we did a second meeting, I believe, but I don't know that's an
because I
option.
thought we had to have the actual number for when they posted in the paper. But can we look at the minutes from the 7 July meetings we had and see if we had to have the number to pass the tentative budget? Because that way there we'll have to add that up and get it all figured out. So we might have to, and I saw your email on the Tribune, so with the 20, you said they don't do Mondays? Or they
Yeah,
do?
Mondays are the only days they don't print, but any other day would be fine.
So we could there, and that would be the last possible date. So, I mean, I will be back there, so we can, if needed, but yeah. Like I said, it's a whole year for all of us. It's been it is what it is.
Do you want me to go look at those minutes now? Is that something you need now?
Oh, that way there we know if we have to call a special meeting.
Well, can we get through this?
Yeah, let's get through this real quick.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll have a break.
Yep, so operating revenue is money that we get. So that 11 million is for the sewer treatment plant. So that's not what it's actually what we got 8 but still, that all has to be as a line item in the budget because we have to have the contingency money there.
So basically, am I correct thinking that everything in the sewer fund is kind of set by the project?
Yep.
So,
So by the project and our sewer sales.
yeah,
So revenue areas, we don't really, there's nothing we can do, but we do have to have, because that's an improvement phase, that's actually a deduction that has to be in our budget for, because we saw that in Bonnie's thing. So that, yeah, that has to be as a line item in the budget. But, yep, okay. So operations, we're gonna circle back to all the salary stuff. So legal fees. And I know that some of the legal fees with the lawsuit are gonna be reimbursed by the grant funding because it was related to that project. So we went,
Recoup the fees from that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So we went 3,500 and then we spent 7,500 and we budgeted 2. But like I said, we'll get some of that back. So I don't know if we need to.
Do we have an update on Liberty?
The hearing was today,
Okay.
so we'll have one on coming up. But we can still recoup that out of the grant money.
All of it?
Because all of the stuff related to the project is what I was, right? Is what we understood from Todd?
But I don't think it includes any of, like, the ongoing litigation right now.
Oh, just the
So-
initial stuff?
That's what I initially thought when I sent off invoices to Margaret and Stillman. And then Stillman responded and said,
Is it a get, oh, good.
the reimbursements. as
Todd's a
like
badass.
The
I mean,
initial protest, but
sorry.
not the court litigation.
So maybe with all of our other attorney fees and who knows what's gonna be brought forth with the sewer project, we bump it back to 35?
Yeah, I would say,
Yeah. It's safe.
Okay. Accounting fees, we really haven't spent a lot because we've always had. But I don't know what kind of accounting fees we might be looking at with the project, and that should probably come out of the project, I would assume. But I think we should probably leave at least something in there, because one year we did spend 4,200.
bump it down to 6 or something.
Seems right in the middle, probably.
Yeah.
Get a better gauge on.
Okay. Looks like we haven't spent a lot on other professional fees down there. Like I said, I know some of this stuff will come out of the, because we're breaking ground the 17th,
That was right.
right? I think.
No, they pushed it back, because Justin won't be here to do the, I think, the 25th.
Oh. Well, good. I'll be back.
They're gonna start doing test holes and figure out what they have for materials, so they know what so they can work a plan up, but that's all they're gonna do for this week.
Okay.
Get their stuff, their crane together and get stuff like that, what I talked to them yesterday about.
So professional fees, thoughts?
Do we know what it entails? It's almost 2,000 the year before, but only 4.
Like, I would assume the testing doesn't come out of that, does it? Is there a separate line item for testing?
So is that
Yes.
your guys' professional, like their professional fees? Do they have to pay anything? The guys who work at the plants or anything?
Like licenses and stuff, maybe?
That's probably for like Frank's license and Justin's
Sorry.
license.
Oh,
Just
and
on
Justin's gonna
surface,
be,
That's what it sounds like.
yeah,
I
that could
way
be,
off on
yeah,
that.
and Justin is gonna be getting another license, right?
He had to get another one in June. Well, it's for his renewal every year.
Right, but he's gonna be upgrading to the next level soon, right?
We're reading the book, yeah, but I don't know how soon it is, but.
Well,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be another license, so, yeah, thoughts?
2,000?
If he's got another license coming out, we spent almost 2,000 last year. Should it be more?
I think those are more for like paying for his like licenses and stuff that he gets, because we gotta go to the state and get a renewal every year on the license.
And you haven't started your sewer licenses yet, right?
I didn't read the book, but I haven't.
Right.
You know what those cost?
So, yeah, I was gonna say, how much does it cost to take that?
I don't know, I haven't
You like, if it was almost 2,000 last year.
Right,
then 400
I'm
is like
25 to,
2,500.
or leaving it at the 3,
Yeah, so
just because we don't know.
Yeah.
5.
25.
Legal publications, we haven't really spent any, and I'm sure we're gonna be doing some legal notices for that. I don't know how that exactly works, if we spend the money and then get reimbursed. Is that how that works for, does any thoughts on this? Cause the sewer project is new for all of us.
Yeah,
Never taken on a project this big.
maybe just leave it, just in case. That'd be my thing, my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we know? Yeah.
And then, so we have phone and meeting and travel. I think the phone it is what it is. Like, we budgeted 20, we spent 14, 21, 25. We still have 2 months left to go.
Right.
So do we want to,
It's like a monthly thing, or is it a usage that?
it's
is it
we have
different by usage?
a monthly bill from
Okay.
for all of our phone lines.
It's interesting that we were very specific last time at 21, 25. Did we look that up or something?
That's what I'm wondering.
It's very oddly specific.
Yeah. We might have looked that
I
up.
think we did.
And
Yeah.
that's what I wondered, like, is it by use or if everybody knows how much they're?
Yeah, I think it's a monthly, I just paid it tonight and it's a monthly,
I would say then we just leave it.
leave it at the 21, 25. Oh, I skipped printing and binding, sorry.
Oh, that's 0, but are we gonna need to print and bind? Anybody know?
I don't think we're gonna have to do anything this year, but when they get the sewer plant done, we're gonna have to have some schematics made up and print and laminated and stuff, so that we have all that stuff, so it doesn't get ruined.
So
That
what if
is
we
zero.
drop it, right, what if we drop it to like 500 to leave it as a line item?
I mean, it's at 0, so we'd have that increase,
Well, I guess, yeah.
right?
I like
6,000.
0.
We just wanna make sure we definitely leave it on there, so, next year
Right.
whoever's in here can,
Reminded.
Yeah.
We might actually have to do something.
yeah, so let's leave it at 0, but definitely leave that as a line item. And then I think meeting and travel, cause that comes for, like, if Justin or Joe have to go for water stuff, which, don't you have one? You have water coming up, or did you do water
You know, we have the meeting coming up in Moscow.
this year?
Yeah, this year, and then.
And next year it's in Coeur d'Alene,
In Coeur d'Alene.
so probably should leave it at 14, so we dropped it,
Yeah, that's gonna be Coeur d'Alene.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So not
pricey
cheap
up
hotels,
there.
you know.
No, not at all.
Looks like we haven't spent anything on dues, those must come due at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Is this the rural water?
I'm not for, whatever.
I paid AIC and Idaho Rural Water Association.
So this would probably be part of their dues for rural water. Do you remember how much it was?
$4.85. I took it out of.
Like Cliff says, kind of interesting, we didn't spend any.
I know, that's what I
Yeah.
was looking at, what other
I
dues.
probably didn't get.
Well,
split.
and that's what I did is I looked back at what was done.
Oh,
So
okay.
mine had to come out.
So if it was done
So the money's there, it's
wrong
just in a
previous
different.
years, I
spot.
copied it.
Yeah.
It should have been split between it and the water plant.
Yeah, that seems. probably
Oh,
right.
and I think I only coded it under one,
Yeah.
which we had the money in the other one,
I say
so.
the money's there either way, but.
So do we want to drop that, leave it?
Do we have more can do though?
Do you know if there's anything else coming due
Not that I know of,
for you guys? Okay,
something that I know of for sure.
okay.
I think if there's money in the other one, then drop this
Right.
one to.
Yeah.
Nothing and.
Probably zero.
Split between the two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to, but it.
Yeah.
0?
Getting paid some, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's, the thing is, you're taking this out of the water fund and the sewer fund. This is
Right.
different than.
So it's supposed to come out of each fund.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, like, if we're
So-
gonna be consistent and do that at one, or, I
Yeah,
don't know if we, yeah.
because this water plant's paid, and then that, part of that's paid down there, because that's where you're supposed to take out of both.
Right.
So what was the sewer one? Was it 600 as well?
This is sewer. And then,
Or sorry, what was the water one?
Oh. Right.
Yeah, well, out there in the interest of time, do we really care about $600 to spend
Right.
time on it?
Yeah.
We're going, we wanna get this done by 7:30, just throwing it out there. I don't know if this is the one we wanna.
Yeah.
Hang our hat on.
Just leave it at 600?
Six
For
hundred.
$600, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody else can. We'll find a bigger one. That's my thought.
Yeah. So insurance, Avista, and then the ARPA funds. So we have to open the budget in September, or sorry, August, because that money has to be moved from the ARPA fund to whatever they, like the gravel for the alleys and the generator and the trailer. So we have to do that and spend it this year because we already spent the ARPA funds on the salaries for Wendy and Bonnie. And then this is where that money, so it's line item as ARPA funds, but we've all, because remember, we've been going through that report, so we've already spent this money. So we earmarked the money that said ARPA funds for, because it was a wage match thing. So this money is gonna be earmarked for, a generator and a trailer and gravel for the alleys, I think is what we.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because we wanted to do a generator and a trailer for like fire situations that we can go to the store, we can go to the water plant, we can move it around to wherever's needed to provide power in an emergency situation. So we need to leave that, but we need to take care of that in September. Like we or August.
August.
And then we gotta get some quotes and get that spent. I know you can spend money, so then that line item will go away. So that will go away once it's spent.
That ain't nearly enough, a big me.
And then miscellaneous. Looks like we've only spent 600 and nothing this year. So do we want to just drop
1,000?
And then supplies.
they're probably not gonna have much miscellaneous down there because of the new plant coming in.
For like the supplies and stuff, I mean, I think. How long is our plant supposed to be online before
A
the?
year and a half.
So as far as supplies, because I know that stuff that he buys from, was it Lovelace? Something weird. I always question that bill. It's something like that. It's something like that, right?
Linda?
Yeah, but that should go underneath the supplies.
That guy in
I know.
Treatment supplies.
I don't know.
This-
Oh, okay, I see that down there.
That comes under treatment supplies. This is like different other supplies for like,
here. Years of learning how, so.
Test strips, stuff like that.
like
too much.
testing supplies and stuff
Okay.
like that, so this is for.
So are we good at 55 or do we want to drop? Because we spent 42, we budgeted 5, and so far we spent 1,300.
But he has to order some more because they're about ready, what he's got is about ready to expire, so we have to order. So I'm not for sure how much that is.
55's good, I think.
Okay, and then equipment repairs, I think we should leave just, we got to keep that going. And auto fuel, so this is where the dump truck fuel comes from, some of the pickup fuel comes from, the backhoe fuel comes from.
Can we go back to 25?
I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I think so.
And then system repairs. I know eventually that line should be able to go down. I don't know what we want to do with the year and a half left to go in the 1978 plant. I know we've only spent 1,300, but that, I mean, 100,000 is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Was that just kind of like the contingency, kind of like the reservoir thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So cut it in half, maybe.
Yeah.
Or more. That's
Vehicle repairs.
75,000 we've saved right there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Interruption.
Mark's feeling good.
That's part way to a splash pad.
This is what, you can just give me my gift.
Vehicle repairs.
I keep it.
Okay. Equipment rental. I don't see us really doing much down there for the next year, do you, for equipment rental? Cause they should have a whole bunch of equipment there we can just sneak in and use, borrow.
Yeah, I don't see it needs to be that much, but we need to have it in case our pump goes, one of our lift station goes down, we gotta rent a pump to pump that up into the, till we get it fit.
And how much is that?
We've never had it happen, so I'd have to look it up, but
So
I don't think we need that much, but I would think
Five.
we need a fair amount
Yeah.
in there.
cut it to 5.
Okay.
Office expenses, I think we should just not really squabble over 500 at the moment.
Yeah.
Testing to treatment supply, so this is
The degreaser, all the stuff that we need.
does he have more to buy? Cause we
Right,
went
'cause we went way
8,600 to 12 and then we doubled it to 25.
Well, he hasn't been buying one of them, one of the chemicals, because it's like $25 a 55-gallon barrel. But we've been having to start using it again because we're having issues. So we're gonna have to buy another barrel for that pretty soon, so,
This is for the sewer, right?
yeah.
So, and then when,
And I'm pretty sure the new plant's gonna have to have it too, so.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
degreaser.
okay,
Can we cut it to 12?
Right, back down to
yeah,
12.
I would,
Well,
12.5?
That's 500 less for you, Cliff.
so now you're paying us money.
So I know that it's gonna be getting the new SCADA system moving forward, cause this has computer stuff and we've only spent 16 and we have 6. We had 3,500 the year before and only spent 200.
So this would be that computer system we were talking about, maybe?
The,
Phone stuff, it's all on the phone.
yeah, well, eventually, right, is that what, we don't have that, the new plant will have that, so that's
Yeah.
built into our,
It's already built into.
it's already built into, cause it's the SCADA system, and so it's already built into the grant funding for it, cause it's part of the new plant.
Part of this is like some of the, temperature sensors and stuff that we gotta buy, put in the water. Sometimes people screw with them and break them, and we gotta buy them, and they're like, I think they're $200 a piece, and they're only just little pieces of plastic.
Well, I think we should be able to cut it because
Yeah.
we've,
Yeah.
so how far do you wanna go
Couple
down?
grand? Is that-
Down to
Back
3?
down to 3.
3,500?
3,500, sounds good.
35.
Okay,
Well, we didn't need.
wastewater, so I think this is part of, cause what was the 11 million something, was it $600,000 short? Cause I wonder if that is for engineering, cause we spent 78 and then we spent 106. So I wonder if that's what we're short on, cause I thought we had budgeted 12 something. Anybody have any thought? Do you remember what that was for last year?
No, but no. I think for some reason I want to say that Stillman talked to us about it.
Yeah, cause it's all right in line with all of the block
Right,
grant
matches
and,
up
yep,
to the
right,
Operating revenue, so maybe we have to cover
yep.
the grant.
And then the 500,000 is our block grant from CETA. So I think we need to leave those alone.
Okay.
Just to get through till we get through the sewer project, and then they should probably drop off. Okay, and then the same with the next, till we get down to testing, cause that's the same that we have run into with the depreciation stuff. And bad debt expense. And so then we're down to testing. So we've been budgeting 6 and only spending 2. I know eventually with the new plant, we're gonna have more testing, but we're not gonna, you said a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
So
Can we go to 3?
I would say we should be able to go to 3. New hookup expense, yeah, I think we should just, in case people decide to build here, that's not too bad. And then the restock,
Use fittings if we gotta restock them.
I think they wait until the end.
yeah, $600.
but you never take anything.
Yeah, and the elbows and stuff like that, every once in a while, we gotta use them, so.
Yeah,
Six-
I think we'd be all right, cause we don't use a whole bunch. of it.
restock is if
That-
you take it back, isn't it?
No, that's if they wanna restock what we have.
And then, so sludge, right now, we have to haul our sludge off to,
Are we leaving restock where it is or?
yeah,
Okay.
cause they don't spend much,
Gotcha.
just to make sure we have just a little.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yep, and I think that, cause one year we had to rent a roll-off box for sludge disposal.
Okay.
So I don't know what we wanna, cause that goes to Clearwater Compost, right? Down in Lewiston, or does it go up to Moscow?
Those.
Can we go to 25 maybe? And that gives us a little buffer from a couple years ago at 18 was the most we spent.
Yeah,
What did you say, Mark?
25?
equipment fuel was at 0, then we spent 555, we budgeted 450. So
600 probably.
600. And then sewer upgrade. I think that's eventually should probably be, because we're technically upgrading, so I don't think we're gonna spend sewer upgrade in the next year before we up, so we wanna drop that.
Yeah, we can.
And then safety equipment, wanna make sure they're safe.
Like harnesses and stuff like that.
Yep, you guys haven't, you spent $20.
Yeah, we haven't had to buy anything because we got pretty much got everything. now, but If we need to replace it because it goes bad, but we have to have a little bit
Yeah.
of harnesses.
I'll do that.
We're leaving that.
I mean, I'm good with that.
Okay. Okay, so now we're on to sanitation. Last page, we're almost the end, and then we have to go back through and double check a few things in salaries. Okay, we got 24 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna drop right down to office expenses. So this is if we have to send out probably any information towards garbage. I think 500 is fine.
Well,
Should
we look at insurance then?
oh, should I skip one?
Well, I was just looking at the other professional fees.
Oh,
It was 4,000 and it's already 67. I don't know what that is, but that's kind of, looks like we've got over 4,000 2 years in a row, quite a bit this year, so I don't know what, we need to bump that up.
Those
so
are savings.
I'm trying to think of what the medical insurance. Yeah, I figured we'd lump all that in with salaries. But yeah, we're definitely have to bump up. Well, we might not have to bump up the medical insurance because we're down in employee.
We are down, but rates are probably more.
So we might be able to leave it closer to the, yeah, I don't remember what that cost. Yeah. So professional fees, I'm not sure unless there's something that, did we pay a tipping fee? Was that on the last? That wouldn't be a professional fee.
Well, that was.
Sanitation, right, okay, so I wonder if that's like the roll-off boxes that we've had for like the brush bin, the sewage, and when we had to have the sludge, maybe? I can't imagine that the 8 months we have the roll-off box, we just paid that bill, I just saw that bill tonight, it was like $300.
I would just have to look in the system,
Yeah,
what's,
It's just,
what's
it
being
matters how
included
busy
under
they, how
that
many people,
code.
but how full it gets.
right.
It's $170 every time they dump it.
Well, let's, when we have our minute break, maybe we can look and see what that is. Cause we've definitely have consistently gone over, so I think we need to definitely bring that up to probably maybe 7 or 8 just in case. Okay, so we're just gonna go 8? Or what?
Let's just
So
go
we can, then if we,
Yeah.
then we'll know next year if we can knock it out. I mean, that's almost 2,000 more dollars jump
Yeah.
Yeah,
this year. It's like, why run that come around?
same thing with the phone, we must have looked that up, 2125.
You got a nice phone, no?
And I don't know why we haven't had any money coming out for a Vista from there.
We didn't budget any.
Nothing allocated.
Well, sorry, I just saw the 6,000, I was like, why did we budget 6,000 for a Vista for garbage?
But there's a reason why we cut it, and I don't remember why that was.
Well, I don't think the garbage needs to pay the bills, pay the
Gotcha.
light bill.
Okay.
Office expenses would be like if we have to send out notifications, stuff like that. The county passes that along to us. We didn't spend any. So we did 1,600, then we budgeted 5, spent nothing, still at 5. So I think we should be fine there. And why is there money for a computer for garbage?
Oh my God,
We spent it.
we spent it.
Spent $1,400 on it.
And 4,000, they,
4,400.
yeah.
I think it gets split between all of the,
Oh, so we probably shouldn't have nixed the one on the sewer plant then. All right, well, we'll just leave that one alone.
That was my fault.
Yeah, and then collection expenses. So this is, yeah, because we got a new service provider. So I know that they're supposed to go up. It's a certain percentage every year that the contract goes up. So we were obviously spent 100,000 this year, so we're probably gonna wanna up that.
So is that Sunshine? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
And is that, were they here the whole year? I can't remember.
Yeah, they've been here for 2 years.
So then that should be,
And this also includes tipping fees to Moscow. So if Moscow raises their tipping fees. And we still have 2 months and we've already spent
Right.
100,000.
So we go
so
to
what is it monthly?
101,000, would that be enough?
Well, like, the difference between the 2 years is
Quite a bit.
$18,500 from the 82, not counting what we still have. But if we were to do like the
Monthly.
630, we've, what, 9 months now? That's $11,181 a month.
So we need at least 22 more,
That's what it
so
would appear.
125,
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah. So that hasn't, you haven't had the increase yet either.
So then that's the thing is they'll tell us in October. Well, it's said in the contract. So we can get that from Amanda, but the collection expenses probably also does include some of the extras that we've had. I don't know if the collection expenses for the bin come out of there or the professional piece. So we'll want to find that out. So like the brush bin, which the brush bin, like I said, we just paid that bill. It's well worth its money. I don't care what we pay for it, but I think it's only like $300 a month when we have it emptied so much, but it's so worth them to me anyway.
Yeah.
So would we say 125?
Is that enough?
I mean, that's at current rate.
Right, and I think it's, I can't remember what the contract said, if it was 2% a year or 2.5 or something. So where I don't know that we're gonna get this done, we can reach out to Amanda and ask her what the rate increase is gonna be this year on the contract.
Yeah, that'd be down 2,000 or
2.5%
2%.
is about $3,100, so I don't know if I want to go to like 130.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that little bit of buffer, maybe we're a little above, but
Yeah.
keeps us.
Yeah,
Clean.
money and garbage.
You gotta remind me on that.
Okay, so now we gotta do the fun part, the salaries. We gotta figure out that.
And do we know what salaries? Because otherwise Cliff has some numbers for the fire, the public safety that
Yeah.
he wasn't here that day.
Oh, well, I know what we spend a year currently, I think. Didn't I write it down? Did somebody write it down?
Right, what down?
Can we talk about the,
Salaries?
yeah, you guys can go, we can talk to public safety while I try and find my notes. Cause I thought we wrote it down. I saw you write it down too, didn't you? It was like 161.
167,960.
Yep, that's what we currently pay. That includes that includes no overtime or plowing or anything like that for all 3 employees.
And then
What
no,
was it again? I'm sorry.
167,960.
and what Justin said he's due for
A
a
license,
license increase.
which will be 250. Yep.
Oh, Park.
And then if he
I
gets,
wrote it there.
Oh,
and then, if Joe gets a license, it's 250.
Do you think they'll get yours this coming year? Is that your plan?
I should have it this next winter, I should have it. As soon as the school starts cooling off and I actually get time to read the book.
Right?
So I was trying to think cause I average 40 hours a week.
Do we know what they each separately make so we can better?
Well, isn't it the way we do this basically is the mayor asks us for what he wants to pay his staff based on his evaluation of them?
We
based
had-
on-
Right.
Yeah, that was the
250 is a guarantee.
The 250 is a
It's
guarantee if he gets a
mandatory.
license, that's in our.
That's what I
policy.
mean.
Yeah.
So basically the mayor asked us for the money and he's the evaluator. He knows what the numbers are. He's the one who directs them. So he would be telling us, and this is in my mind as a general, that he would be telling us, this is their current pay. We know this is coming. This is CPI based on the state, and this is my evaluation and what I want to raise them. And then we would say, or yes.
Right, but budgeting wise.
Right, that's what I mean, budgeting ones, because
Do we
he does the
know?
evaluation.
Right.
And we're looking ahead, like, do we know?
What's the
The
CPI?
estimated.
I don't know what the CPI is. I didn't look.
And plus, we probably want data on what other, and we might have this on what other size towns would have and so forth.
You
And the-
guys have an excellent crew right now.
There's no doubt about it.
Mhm.
Excellent.
There's no doubt about it. But I also don't want
You don't wanna lose them.
to, there's no doubt about that, but I want to make sure that all of the council's role is simply to look at the budget and say, we can afford that or we can't. It's, the mayor does the evaluating, the mayor does the directing of the staff, he does the hiring. So the mayor would say, council, I want to pay this, this is what I'm looking for. And we can ask specific questions, but generally, it's not really our role to say, well, I think Cheyenne's doing great, and Joe's doing great. It's not really our role to say that. Our role is to say, can we budget for this much money that he's asking for, or can we not?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a guarantee that they stay here, that we got 250 coming up and 250.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not denying that at all. That's
So we
part
just
of,
have to,
that's part of his
No.
explanation to us.
yeah.
I can't believe I had to use a calculator to do that simple. of
Okay,
math.
so just looking at the Idaho that I was putting out, they say for May, well, so last year for 2024, it was 2.9%, the CPI. I don't,
So this is where we had talked about if we want to do like what Jeff had said, minimum, maximum. So we need to figure out what the maximum would be to budget for that, and then, but we also have to include the extra $5. But yeah,
Which is
So-
guaranteed, that we voted for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if we do the extra 5 for all three right now, for them getting the licenses between all three of them, it's 85.75 an hour at 2,080 hours at 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year. And that's before any increases. We're at 178,360 is what we would be looking at for just their raises,
Mandatory.
just the license raises. So, I mean, look, so I was off a little bit. I was off 50 cents.
Can I have Joe's pay?
That's actually where I screwed up. So 2.5% on one of them is only 60 cents. That would be what we'd be looking at.
So based on your evaluations and so forth, as their supervisor, in addition to that, because that's what we voted to pay them, what number would you like, basically? And it doesn't even, you don't have to tell us, I don't think even individually, well, Cheyenne, you're the supervisor of them.
Well, I mean, I haven't done their year reviews, but I've been around them enough, and I know that my reviews are probably going to be, unless they really take a dive in the next 2 months.
so I got a 1% raise this year. They could have afforded 3, but I'm not gonna get into that. Because I wasn't doing the negotiation, that's why we didn't get the 3. And what did Lewiston give up?
His own union, but they're all thrown between 1 to 2.5.
Yeah, so 2.5 for me is a good raise, 2.5%.
So
Um,
budget for
but-
that, and then when the time comes.
So I guess
Vote on what?
I'm trying to
mine was 2.5 based on my year salary. So are we wanting to do it on their hourly rate? Because on our unions, it's done on their hourly rate. So tissue machines,
Yeah.
those people get a bigger raise than somebody, in converting, doing just regular basic stuff. So like on mine with the salary on my year raise, it was decent, but on somebody that's, you know, not salary, it's not a huge, like, 60 cents is what our raise would be for the lowest paid employee. And I think that one employee is worth more than that. That's my thoughts. I think that they, I mean, we have an amazing team right now, so I would like to see at least that employee get $1.50.
Do you know what kind of total number that looks like?
I can look it up.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought when I was on council, like, the formula would just be like every 50 cents like that.
Yeah.
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 And, okay.
My concern there with that, going right into it, and again, I like that you're not even naming names. You're the mayor, you're the supervisor, and I don't want to I feel like in the past, the mayor was a little bit undermined the way we did it. But only one employee we know has been around for more than 2 years and uh, we've recouped the investment in the training and so forth. Now, I believe everyone will be, but we don't know that yet. So if we're talking about our maintenance supervisor, I have a different viewpoint myself on newer employees. And I agree with you, we got a great team and all that, but really, as a council member, our role is to put those feelings aside. We're looking just pure budgetary.
So like for fairness, as somebody who's been who has like negotiated for employees, if you do the percent by job classification, you're asking for like personnel trouble, like this is unfair, that kind of stuff like that. And then it's kind of built in about what was the experience with the license money. Does that make sense? The license money kind of takes into account.
Yes.
The
Well,
specialty that they're doing.
yes.
Correct.
See, and the thing that I would like to see, like the 2.5%, if that's, you know, the route we're leaning, I would like to take it based off maybe their last year's year end, so that they're getting a little something for all the overtime that they work. So that it seems like it's at least a little bit more, or if we just do like, because one is 60 cents and the other one is 68 cents.
I would do like if you're gonna do the yearly cost thing, I would do it the same for everybody, so it's fair. You're not gonna have personnel conflict because of that. Because I've seen it. I've had to deal with it. But that's what I would suggest doing. Now, like how you calculate that,
Right.
you know more about it than I do, but I would just suggest that the annual percentage raise for cost of living, whatever, is the same across for all employees.
Okay,
That
so
makes
then I
sense.
guess we need to figure out what we think that'll be. So it'd be 60 cents for one, 75 cents, and then 68 cents. So do we want to stay with the 2.5 or do we want to look at,
That's 2.5, that's the money.
that's on their hourly rate? They would increase, one would increase,
But that's including, I'm sorry, were the anticipated flat rate, like of Justin getting the 250.
no,
No.
that's
Okay,
at this
this is
current,
just-
just at their current
Basically
rate.
CPI, right?
Right. So then
Okay.
next year when they get their licenses, their percentage will be a
It'll go
little,
up.
Yeah,
it'll-
sure, yeah.
the percentage
That's
will be the same, but their
Yeah,
amount
they're
will,
getting,
yeah.
obviously.
Quick question on that, and not to single out Cheyenne, whoever's in that position, do they have opportunities to get licenses and then therefore get pay bumps as well?
Not that I'm aware of.
No,
So that's
I mean,
something to consider.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have the same opportunity unless she wants to get a CDL.
I did drive the Gator today, so I feel like I'm on
If
my
you're
way
accounting,
there.
Yeah.
come back and talk to us.
so a suggestion there might be to put office staff on a schedule. This really makes it more complicated, but that would make it fair. Does that make sense?
Like,
I don't know exactly how you would do it.
right, because they're not going to get, like, when Joe gets his license and Justin, then his percentage next year will be,
But in all fairness, those guys work very hard to get those licenses.
Yeah. But I'm saying but office staff we keep off because we had trouble keeping office staff.
Yeah.
Very true.
yeah, and she's now doing both jobs.
Yes, and then like Kendrick has had a huge turnover.
They have, how many have they had since, Who was the one,
The deans now.
Dean and,
And then, but they split the jobs.
yeah.
who does the other part of the job?
I don't know, somebody's done at home.
We've had 6 full-time people since I was here.
Yeah,
Turnover. So I get that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my take on it is, with all due respect, the mayor it's in the statute, state statute, the mayor oversees the staff, he does the evaluating, so really he's asking us for what he thinks they should be paid. And again,
But see, I did do the hour, the dollar amount where we needed to figure out if we're gonna do the percentage, cause then we can figure out, calculate what the actual percentage would be. I'm trying to make it simple, but
yeah,
I think the percentage is, I mean, I get the percentage thing, cause it's just easy, it's just a flat thing. We just, at the mill, we've heard, and I get that the tissue machines,
Yeah.
they work way harder than we do, but when the 3L machine tender is already at 50.75 an hour, and then he gets a 2.5% raise,
right,
where somebody making napkins is only making $20 an hour and gets
Sure.
2.5, then there's a little
yeah.
animosity there.
sure,
I don't know, what do you think?
In the interest of us all, some of us being very new, some of us being, maybe this year we do whatever we suggested, 2.5 or whatever it would take to get them, whatever we think. And then I like your idea of, for Cheyenne, maybe next year we look at, have her start district or somebody like a scale, like say, like, hey, this is just basically get your satisfactory eval. You're gonna get this because, yeah, there's just not those opportunities. And the other two can stay on the, percentage or whatever. And then that's a little more fair because their jobs are more similar, obviously, than hers. But for this year, maybe we just do the 2.5 or whatever we think is fair. And then do maybe a little more research for next year, be a little more prepared. Not saying you guys aren't, I'm not suggesting at all, but just jumping in here late. And then that way we might have an idea of, that's what I tell my employees, like, they want a job increase. I'm like, I need you to go get all your job descriptions from all your friends at other departments. Then I'll help them write it and then we'll present it to get them that
Right.
dollar amount. That's what, maybe do that over this next year. Get
Yeah,
them a raise this year and then next year maybe we can make it more, not equitable, because I hate that word, but like more stuff for Cheyenne, knowing she can't get things like you point out, whereas these guys can, and then maybe just a couple of little different skills like
Yeah.
Eric was saying.
plus and adding on to what you guys are saying, I would really like a scale where if you're here 5 years, thank you. If you're here 10 years, thank you. Here's a little extra, or something along those lines as well.
I mean, that's something long-term we could look at. I mean, I know like this hit, yeah, but like the one I looked at, you got longevity pay. After 5 years, you started getting paid for every month you were there. And it was a little bit, you didn't get it till you were there 5 years. But then once you got that, it was nice and there was some incentive to stay. It encourages that employee to stay because they know they're getting 20 cents a month, but after 5 years and then that starts adding up and every year you're getting that, it's a nice little check.
Yeah.
So potential.
I don't mean to, I'm just curious because I kind of missed part of it. Have you looked back at the last year, because knowing how the previous administration gave raises, and we're talking about the CPI, have you looked back to see how equitable those 50-cent raises were to especially last year when prices have really skyrocketed, what that is? And then maybe this year we should make an offset adjustment for that because we didn't do them any justice.
Well,
Actually,
So-
we did an adjustment, a big one. actually.
last year was the big adjustment
Yeah, we
year.
did a significant adjustment. Even Justin mentioned that.
Yeah.
He got a $5 raise. That's not even.
The year,
included.
yeah, the year before we were doing the 50 cent, and then last year we negotiated. Was it last year? No, it was the year before because
Yeah,
it was when Wendy and Bonnie were
Yeah.
still here. That
Because we didn't
a
want to
certain
lose
dollar,
Justin.
yeah, a certain
No.
dollar amount for each
Joe,
one.
he can go.
Joe, we might haggle a little, but you're good. You're good.
Not when I-
You're good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I'm glad you said that too.
So something else, and we are running really short on time, so I'm gonna make this super quick that we want gonna consider, because we are gonna probably have to call another special meeting. Something to think about is, I know they've never got like a turkey or a bonus or something at Christmas time, and I know that it's kind of weird with being city. Do you guys get any kind of like a turkey or any kind of thing? So I didn't know how that worked with like city employees, because I don't get it there at the landfill. They gave us a a little gift card thing. So
We
I don't
were
know if
doing
they're,
that. We were doing that here at the city, and I kind of.
And it was
squashed that.
voted on before,
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, we were definitely doing that. And gift certificates and so forth.
I don't know if it
about,
was in the budget.
right.
right, well, see, that's something that I wonder if we have to, because that would technically be part of their salary, that we
Yeah.
have to look at that as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So that's
good.
why the city quit doing like gift cards and most stuff, because technically people are supposed to collect that on their taxes.
Right.
$25 gift card that's worth $15.
Yeah, the same thing, kind of weird
It's
down
sad
there.
that that's where it's
Yeah.
at, but, yeah, but I think we're also probably will have to.
So- We'll call the regular special, oh, just a minute, we gotta,
End
come here, IT.
Uh-oh.
So.
Don't do it. You didn't get a big enough raise?
I tease you.
Do it.
Cliff, no. Cliff, no.
You doubled my wages.
Was that the zero line here?